When you leave the norm, it's hard for people to accept no matter what it is. Some of the best memories I have are with my grandparents. My grandfather's name was Salvador Emmanuel Tolento, a very Mexican name. They come from farmers in Mexico. My grandfather, who was born here, he had to work on the farm, supporting not only his siblings, but also his mom. My grandfather would work selling tamales on the side of the freeway for like 8 to 10 hours, even though he was like supposed to be retired. And he didn't make a lot of money from that, but the money that he did have, after paying the bills, he would try to treat us to things like Costco pizza or going to the dollar movie theater. And him and my grandmother made us have as happy of a childhood as we could have. My grandparents kind of had to start taking a back seat when I got older, mostly because my parents got divorced. When I, turned 18, I started getting into religious topics, trying to find where kind of like I fit in and like the truth. And during that time, I joined a church that they didn't necessarily agree with. Because of that, I was ostracized from my family of the sort. They didn't consciously want to make me feel like I didn't fit in or was ostracized, but my grandparents had raised us to go to mass every morning at like 5 a.m. But my parents had raised us to go to like non-denominational, Protestant church with them. And so they were like confused as to why I would leave for a different religion when we didn't grow up that way. There was just a big disconnect. And that only got worse as I got older, especially during the divorce when my parents were fighting a lot. I would have to be the one to speak up. I would have to be the one to try to come to a resolution. It made me feel like, man, I'm the only one that really cares about this family sticking together. It feels like no one really cares about me. And then when I joined the church, I got kicked out. I was trying my best to make sure that everyone around me felt like they were important and loved and needed. And like no matter how hard I tried to be good and do those things, it felt like I wasn't a part of what I was trying to like desperately to keep intact. He kind of just turned around and was like, if you love this church so much and you want to serve a mission, you either can quit all that and stay here, but if you are not going to, I need you to go. He grabbed the boxes from the room that had my clothes and like books and stuff. Just started like yelling at me. He slammed the door shut. And then I just left my stuff right in front of the door and walked away, sat there for a few hours. At that moment, I felt like God kind of forgot about me. Everything's just going down the drain. Everything's wrong. And I've just felt very frustrated. And I was like, you know what? I don't know what to do anymore. And I just prayed, keep looking out for me, help me do what I want to do. I did all of this because I loved you. And I still love you. So why is nothing working? And I felt like, you know what? If no one cares about me, why should I care about anyone else? When I joined the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, a big emphasis in the church is family and knowing who your family is and kind of where you come from. And that got me into like family history and family search. When I went back to my dad's side of the family, I sat my grandfather down one day when I was visiting Arizona. I'm like, hey, Grandpa, I'm doing this family history thing where I'm trying to get the names of everyone in our family. Do you have time to talk to me? And he was like, of course, Mijo. That conversation that I had with my grandfather about family history was really special for me because it kept me going and it helped me understand a little bit more about my place in this family. I was like, Grandpa, I love you so much, and it's been cool talking to you about family history and like learning more about your family because I knew nothing about any of them except what little he told me about his father. Um, and he just looked to me and he like grabbed my hand and he was like, Mijo, I'm proud that you're a member of this family. But it was in that moment that like I felt like I belonged. Family history helped me more on a personal level because it made me feel like I'm not alone. Kind of took me outside of myself and helped me recognize, a lot of people in my family have gone through hard things, part of the human condition, but they were able to get through it. And a big help was because of their family. And in those moments, like when my mom and stepdad kicked me out, I felt very alone. As I came to know more about the other people that kind of brought me here, it helped ease my loneliness. No matter what happens in this life, I'm still connected to the family that I came into this world with.